Hello Star Wars fans and toy fanatics, Steve back here with you, and welcome back. And today we're going to take a closer look at the Stormtrooper from Wave 3 in the Black Series line. For the most part, I've been very happy with all the releases so far in the Black Series 6-inch scale. The only thing that I've been probably disappointed about is the lack of accessories on some of these figures. Now, if you remember when we first got Darth Maul, he came with binoculars, he came with a detachable lightsaber hilt with removable blades. Also came with a whole new head sculpt and cloak and everything. If you remember, the Han Solo came with a Stormtrooper utility belt, extra pair of hands, extra blaster, and you know, it's little things like that that make these figures that much cooler. And I've been noticing lately, as far as these later figures are concerned, not really coming with too many accessories, which is slightly disappointing. But nonetheless, still very cool sculpts and some very cool action figures. So let's get to the Stormtrooper here really quick. So I'm going to set these guys to the side just for a little bit, and we'll come back to those guys in a later video. But we're going to concentrate on this Stormtrooper here, which is, in my opinion, very, very cool. Now, he's very similar to, actually almost exact same sculpt as the Sandtrooper we got recently. As a matter of fact, it's pretty much exactly the same sculpt, with only, of course, no weathering on this guy. The armor is done in more of a flatter, I guess, not as a shiny armor. It's more of a flat, matte kind of finish on this Stormtrooper here. But still very, very cool. He does come, of course, with all the, you know, points of articulation that we're so happy to get with these 6-inch figures, you know, including a ball jointed head here, which is highly posable, very, you know, up, down. You can look all kinds of ways with that. It's very, very posable and very, very nice. And as far as the sculpt on the helmet there, there's only one minor gripe I have about this guy, is the fact that the paint app on the top of the helmet is not exactly clean looking. It's, you know, I can see they're trying to get it exactly right, but unfortunately, I think the paint app on this one is just slightly off a little bit, just on the top of the helmet. It should be a little white line underneath here, a little space there, and then that would have been perfect. Again, this might be vary from figure to figure, just depending, I suppose. Maybe it's just the one I got, but you know, overall, still a fantastic helmet sculpt. You know, one of the best in my opinion, other than a small little thing like that. As you can see, it does come with some nice detail on there. You can even see, I'm not sure if the camera is going to pick this up or not, but there's even small little painted vents in the top part of the helmet, which is a little newer. A very nice attention to detail, which is highly appreciated. He does come with all, you know, of course, the ball jointed arms, elbows, swivel wrist and ball joints on the wrist there as well. He does come with the upper torso ball joint, and of course ball jointed legs. And you know, the other figures have even getting a swivel point above the thigh there, and the Stormtrooper does not have that, of course, for the armor reasons, I suppose. But he also does come with double jointed knees, which is very cool, and nice attention to detail on the boots there, if you can see that. Just got a slight gray paint app on the bottom, which makes that very cool. And he does come with some peg holes, so which hopefully we might get something to peg this guy into in the future, I hope. And the blaster itself is a pretty much straight mold. Nothing too fancy about the blaster. It's just a straight plastic mold. No paint apps or anything on that, so it's okay. You know, it looks very well. The detail on the back of the figure is actually done as well. You can see the peg hole, which is not only meant for the Sandtrooper's backpack here, so it's still the same hole there. And you can see the thermal detonator is done very nicely, and he does come with a workable holster as well, which the blaster fits in there very nicely as well. So overall, a fantastic Stormtrooper, and I'm not sure if Hasbro did this on purpose or not, but if you remove the head here, you can see the ball joint on the head is very large. So if you're thinking about customizing these guys, I'm going to get a Han Solo here just for comparison. You can see the ball joint is much smaller on that. So it's adding the head to this guy. If you want to customize the guy with a Han or Luke figure that came out previously, the hole is not going to fit in there very well. I suppose if you wanted to customize this, you can just bore that out a little more to make that fit. And right now it looks a little awkward on there, but if you wanted to get that done, you could have yourself a Han Solo and Stormtrooper gear if you like. If you want to do a little customization, again with the Luke mold, you can do that as well. Unfortunately, the head sculpt on the Luke mold looks a little small and does not fit on there very well. But I guess with a little customization, you could work something out. Now, as far as the detail on these helmet sculpts here, I'll pop off the Stormtrooper helmet here real quick here for you, and take a look at the major differences in these helmet sculpts here. Now, this is the Stormtrooper, of course, with the, you can tell by the slight weathering on there, but the pattern on the helmet itself is just slightly, done cleaner, I think, and then the newer Stormtrooper helmet. Again, they're both the same sculpts again. I just, for me, personal opinion, I think the paint work on the Stormtrooper helmet is just done tighter, if that makes any sense to you. Just done a little more cleaner, but still very cool. Again, you do get a little more differences in the colors there, but overall, very cool. So put that back on here. Again, you get a couple little paint apps in the midsection, just a little different from the Stormtrooper there. Of course, the utility belt is completely different, which is pretty cool. I guess, if you really wanted to, I guess, the Han Solo figure did come with an extra utility belt, so if you wanted to convert your Stormtrooper to a regular Stormtrooper, you guess you could do that, just adding that little belt there. But overall, a fantastic figure, guys, and highly recommended for your collection. And unfortunately, these guys are going to be coming 1 to a case, so it might be, if you see this guy at retail, and if you're a fan, I would highly recommend picking it up, because as far as distribution is concerned, again, guys, it's just been a real problem, and I was hoping things would change last year, but unfortunately they haven't. So hopefully this year will be different, but we'll see, I suppose. But anyway, until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching. Come on back for the next review on Obi-Wan and Luke Skywalker as well. So that'll be coming up very soon. Unfortunately, I got to get to work, so I'll be posting this up tomorrow. So come on back for those, guys. I really like to see you. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day and happy hunting. I'll see you all very soon.